Boys, divisional round, 8 teams left. Some massive matchups coming back to our screens. We've got 2 here Sunday morning, our time, and 2 on Monday. So it works out well from a timing perspective. Monks, if you wouldn't mind getting some odds, please, for these 4 games upcoming this weekend. Titans and Packers have had a week off. So the Titans will play the Bengals at home. Derrick Henry is practicing.
Back in practice.
He may play. Did suffer that Jones fracture, that 5th metatarsal fracture, half a season ago. If anyone,
the king.
If you are putting all your money into rehabilitating one person that can change a game, you'd put it into Derrick Henry, the guy that's built like an outside linebacker and runs like a running back. The most dominant running back we've seen over the last few years. What is his status? What do we know? We are 48 hours away from the game. Maybe it will be something that gets announced at game time. But what do we know?
He's been back at practice, and he and the teams basically said, we'll see Saturday. They'll make a decision on Saturday.
He plays.
Game time.
That's my opinion.
It might depend on how the game's going. Like, hey, maybe he doesn't get his 40 carries in this game. Maybe they try to work his workload. But, I think they're going to need their biggest offensive weapon potentially to chase points against the Bengals.
Can the Bengals go and win this game? Because I tell you what, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, they're all looking very, very good offensively.
Again, another team that I'm not worried about them offensively. I'm worried about them defensively. Derrick Henry back in that squad for the Titans could really change it in their favour. So I've picked Titans based on the King playing and them getting the win here. Probably in a close, hard-fought battle. So when I say close, hard-fought battle, I mean like lots of points. This could be 33-31 kind of game. But I like the Titans. Titans historically good this season against playoff teams. So they're in the playoffs now, and all that's left is playoff teams. So.
They've lost to some shit teams this year.
Yeah,
but
none of these are shitty teams. Are shit. So
no, that is true. That is true. I'm going to disagree. I think this is one of the harder ones to split this week. I'm going to go the Bengals. I love what this young offense is doing. The whole city behind them after years and years and years of heartbreak. I suppose the same could be said for Nashville and the state of Tennessee. Yeah, the mind goes back to that Super Bowl where they lost to the greatest show on turf by a yard.
Yeah.
But looking forward to this one. Could go either way. Hard to split them.
They went deep last year in the playoffs as well, and they just missed out too.
I'll go the Bengals. Whether or not the King plays may play a lot of influence into the result of this game. Monks, you've got a deciding vote. You have the power here.
And give us some odds too.
Mark McGowan, if you will. The power is in your hands.
Yeah, I'm just quickly checking something.
And what is that, sir?
Derrick Henry is not on the injury report anymore.
No, he's been practicing.
He's going to play, I think.
Yeah. Like, he's practiced all week. If he doesn't swell up and has no pain.
If he can walk, he's playing.
Oh, definitely.
He's playing.
He's not going to miss out. He'll play.
Yeah.
Deciding vote. Bit of value around the Bengals too.
It is. Derrick Henry changes things, but I'm not going to change my tip. I have also gone the Bengals.
Oh, God. this is close to a curse. Luckily, Sean's gone the Titans. So
that's it.
The poor people of Southern Ohio aren't going to...
There's still hope.
Get cursed by a bunch of 3 Australians that drink booze on the other side of the world.
That's it.
But yeah, really, really looking forward to this one. It's going to be Sunday morning our time.
Definitely, yeah. So odds on Bengals are underdogs $2.51. Yeah. The Titans are $1.53 at the moment. We have a line of 3.5. Total match points of 47.5.
Did we see how we went overs and unders last week? I don't think we hit on any of them.
No, we hit a few. Scroll back up.
I think we said overs for the Cowboys game, so I think we missed that one.
Yeah, we missed that. But we said overs for Bucks and Eagles, and we hit that. We said overs for Chiefs and Steelers. We hit that. We did say
overs.
We said overs for random cards, and that was just fell short. Essentially, I think we're 3 from 3. So unders overs really hard to bet on.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, I'd watch this game. I don't think you'd bet on the overs or unders in this one. I'd leave it alone.
A game that you can put your house on, the Packers, they're going to bet the 49ers on the weekend, you'd think.
Oh, big time. So that's our next match. It is.
They don't cost that much in today's era, do they? The old houses.
No, so
Put the wife and kids on it.
it is a classic revenge game for Aaron Rodgers against the 49ers. Historically, they overlooked him, and his record against the 49ers is excellent.
Except in NFC Championship games. I do believe that the 49ers might have one at Colin Kaepernick might have something to say about it.
Yes.
I
said historically over a long period of his career versus one game.
History's a long time, I suppose. 100 million years, according to carbon dating. Boys, the Packers have to win this, don't they? The 49ers, we saw, a great...
It's at the frozen tundra.
A great run defense against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Kind of came out of nowhere a little bit. Not the best team in their division. The Packers are week off. Possibly Aaron Rodgers last year. Yep. There, he'll be hungry. I'm a Packers fan. I'm highly biased. I imagine the odds reflect my thoughts, but I would think Green Bay will be pretty short favourites and should get the job done here. We have seen weirder things happen.
Yeah, so on that Bosa update, as I said before, he has been back in practice. I'm not sure if he's clear protocols or looking like he'll probably play.
Good to hear.
Good to hear because they need the defensive guys over there. And Kyle Shanahan, a bit of a wizard. He... LaFleur and McVay all on that Washington football staff that did the rounds this week. In 2013 under Mike Shanahan there. So all there, they make up 3 of the 4 NFC coaches. So take that as you will. Would that mean, would Kyle as the older head in those 3, would he have it over his younger counterparts? Hard to say. I don't think it matters. Aaron Rodgers on his way to fighting Tom Brady for a potential another visit to the Super Bowl. So I'm going Packers. Long-winded way to say Packers.
You want to curse them? The curse. The
Packers is also I don't think it's that much of a curse. I'll be interested to see what their odds are. They should be favourites, but I'm not sure how heavy they'd be.
$1.40.
$1.40, yeah.
For a playoff game, that's still pretty.
San Fran at $3.
That's still pretty heavy for a playoff game.
I'm going to attempt the curse because I don't want my Tampa Bay Bucks seeing them in the playoffs. I've gone Packs as well, say $1.40. San Fran are out at $3.01. We've got a line of 5.5, total match points of 47.5.
Don't bet unders, overs. That's what we've learned
throughout here. Yes,
frozen tundra. We'll see how cold it is up there in the northern end of Wisconsin on the weekend. This
be interesting. That game ends up being because it both have the 2-pronged sort of rushing attacks going into it. Whether it just becomes a grindy, festive run game again, depending on the weather. If it's windy and
football.
snowing, hey, that might be the option they take for it, but. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. A game that's not going to be affected by weather, you wouldn't think, will be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down there in Florida.
Yeah, if it's not a hurricane, I think they'll be sweet. So
it's not hurricane season.
So that should be sweet.
Fingers crossed. Von Miller, we spoke about his impact for the Rams. Yep. He's really finding his niche over there in the States.
Slow start originally.
You know what they say over there? Niche.
Yep.
Niche. He's found his niche. Anyways, potato, I guess.
He did have a slow start with them, but he's 5 sacks in the last 6 games. Got 1 on the weekend against Colin Murray. So coming along nicely. And the reason I bring it up is a little bit of kryptonite there for Tom Brady. Remembering their runs in the playoffs when he was at the Pats 2013, 2015, beating them both times in the AFC Championship game. So not a huge fan of the pass rush, old Tom Brady, and he's down a little bit in receiving options. Has me leading towards the Rams in this one. So I've picked the Rams to win this one because I don't. If you compare this Tom Brady team to last year's, I should call them the Bucks team, not Tom Brady's team. The Bucks last year, and then this Bucks team.
52 guys on the roster.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's lacking some core pieces, and whether Bell stands up and whether Evans is just elite and whether the tight ends.
He's going to get Ramsey in this one.
Yeah.
You got to think of that.
Yep. So it's I don't know. I think the Rams might have their number in this one if they play a good D.
I'm really looking forward to this matchup. I think both teams have got really good offenses, really good defenses. It to me, again, biased Packers fan, it kind of seems like it's a more enticing matchup.
Yep.
In terms of the NFC teams, at least.
Yep.
I've gone the other way. I've gone the Buccaneers. Tom Brady.
Hard to argue against the guy.
Well, he's Benjamin Button. He looks hotter now than he did at 21, and he's 48,000 years old. So I'll go the Bucks here, even depleted, short on cattle, short on troops. But I think they get it done. Tom Brady's clinical this time of the year. Storyline wise, I'd like to be wrong. I'd love to see Matthew Stafford, go across in his first year and go from not winning a playoff game until last weekend in his whole career.
Yep.
The most games by far out of anyone to not win a playoff game, or the most touchdown passes. Maybe most games too. Who knows? I would love, in terms of a storyline, to see them to go knock off the defending Super Bowl champs.
Yep.
But my head says the Buccaneers. Monks 1-1. I imagine I know where your tip's going. I
don't think any Judas at this point of the season down the end of the table.
No,
definitely not. No, I can't. I really hate this game though.
It's a tough matchup, isn't it?
It is a tough matchup.
They looked really, really fucking good last week.
They do. So the Rams offense is just really electric at the moment. Like I said, great storyline for Stafford. Would hate the Bucks to knock him out because he'd definitely like to see him finally make it through to some sort of
Meaningful
at least
games.
NFC conference Super Bowl. Also with OBJ coming back, being productive again, seeing him light it up. Cooper Kupp's had an awesome season. You'd want
Triple
him
crown,
to round that out as well. Keep pushing forward to that Super Bowl as well. I'm probably not too worried about the pass rush. I'm worried about our rushing attack. Even with our receipts, some of our receivers out were still pretty productive, throwing the ball around. Obviously, I have also gone the Bucks.
What are the odds there?
Yeah, so shorter than I would have expected. Bucks are favourites, $1.67. The Rams are out at $2.22. We have a line of 3 and total match points of 48.5.
It's a few points considering both teams have pretty stout defenses. This game, like I said, it's more enticing, I think, than either
Watch and enjoy
of the Saturday night games. That said, they're all enticing. And speaking of
Playoffs.
AFC, Bills and Chiefs.
whatever the overs are, fuck it, don't care. Put it on.
Hammer it. Maybe
We'll see in a second.
I can look up the weather forecast in Kansas City. I tell you what, it didn't fucking matter last week. We had
clear,
47 points from the Bills and 42 from the Chiefs.
Yeah, so if it's cold, doesn't matter.
No.
If it's clear, not too much wind, all good. If it's snowing, different story.
What if it's cloudy and with a chance of meatballs?
Tasty.
I haven't seen that movie. It's just something that came to mind.
I don't know where we're going with this. I can't segue that into anything.
Yes, meatballs.
Yeah,
currently minus 14 degrees Celsius. That's nice. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Sunday, it's meant to warm up to a toasty 8 degrees. Mate, that is fucking beach weather.
1,000
That is
points.
beach weather.
All the
Josh
points.
Allen, Patrick Mahomes, pack your board shorts, baby. We're going to Cancun. I can't wait for this one. This is the strongest teams in the AFC over the last few years. The Chiefs gunning to go to 3 Super Bowls in a row under an absolute freak of a leader in Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid has been there, done that.
Yep.
The Bills, we saw all of America getting behind them last week to beat the Patriots. I imagine there'll be a lot of Americans that are cheering on the Bills Mafia this week too.
Yep.
It's hard to pick here. It's hard to pick. I'm sorry, Bills Mafia. I sincerely apologise to the people of Western New York. I'd like to see it happen, but for the sake of my tipping, I'm going to go the Chiefs. And I think they get the job done. I think we'll see the Chiefs going to 3 Super Bowls in a row. I'd like to be wrong.
Safe.
And I often am. In fact, let's change often to usually.
Just make sure you put money on the Chiefs.
If I put money on them, then Bills fucking walk it in, don't they?
Yeah, well, exactly. For that reason, that's why I picked the Bills.
I like it. It's good to disagree on the Esky. So often we're agreeing with each other.
Very true.
No real reason to pick the Bills. I think both teams, to me, kind of remind each other of themselves. Electric offensive, they've got the weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Defense maybe lacking a few pieces at a few spots, but they're still both.
Well, you like the Bills' defense more than the Chiefs, wouldn't you?
Yes, I do like their secondary a fair bit. Maybe not their front seven as much.
We spoke about Michael Hyde earlier, Jordan Poyer. I think both of those guys got Pro Bowl nods, which is pretty crazy for two safeties from one team to get the accolades there.
Are those two going to make the difference in this? I don't think so. I think it's just going to be an absolute. They'll sling it out, gunslinger. Might come down to the last couple of minutes, and whoever scores last wins. But I'm expecting a lot of points. Maybe
Bills and overs.
Yeah, Bills and overs. I'd just say overs. Doesn't matter. I picked the Bills, but I think it's going to too close to say bet on it. But just whatever the overs is, just take it because it's probably going to be
fucking high.
Well, I think the scores in this, potentially is going to be a 40-40 kind of game. I think it'll be about 80 points scored.
80 points.
So if the overs are 55, then I'd still take it.
53 and a half. I think if my eyes don't mistake me.
We'll jump ahead. So the overs is 53 and a half. On top of that, we have a line of 1.5.
You're not touching that. You're not touching that. Why
No
would
way.
you? Just pick a head to head, which is.
Yep. So head to head. Well, even that's a little bit hard. So, first off, I suppose I'll give my tip. I have also backed the Bills.
2 on the underdogs.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Only like both amazing teams. Only real reason is our boy Danny Rick. Huge Bills fan. So
that's what's going to decide it.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's what's going to decide the game. That's what decided my decision.
Your tip,
yeah. That being said,
Danny Ricciardo has control of your tip. I get it.
Yes. Don't tell Shaw that. All that being said, Bills are underdogs, $2.04. Chiefs are favourites at $1.78.
So Sportsbet's taking a few
close.
cents to the dollar there. Look forward to it, boys. Divisional round. There'll be 4 teams left in the next 48 hours. Can't wait. It's the end. Well, getting close to the end of the NFL season. Every minute counts out there. Can't wait to watch it all unfold as it happens in the next coming days.